parent consultant, and I started with them because I have a son that was born deaf. At the beginning, I didn't believe it. I thought that maybe it was a mistake because no one in my family has any type of hearing loss. And then after they did 2 more tests, and then they gave me the diagnosis, and they say that he was deaf in both ears. It was very shocking, and I was sad. I started like researching or trying to find the reason or looking for what happened. And there was a moment that I feel like I was going into depression because it was too much. After the therapies, I started receiving the people, because I was also closing my doors to the help for him. Organizations that were contacting me, I didn't want to talk with anyone. I didn't want to know anything related to hearing loss. But thank God that I was able to get help emotionally and start supporting my son. Because of the lack of information that I received when he was born, or I started a support group in Spanish for families that have children with hearing loss. My son was able to get cochlear implants when he was 1 year old. Now he is 14 years old and he speaks English and Spanish, and he's learning ASL. But all his success was because of that early intervention. So now what I do is I try to call the families after they got the diagnosis about the hearing loss and explain to them what is next, what will come, everything that they need to know, and ask if they have any questions. I share my experience with them. The early interventions teachers, they became part of my family in that time, because they were the people that was closer to me, teaching me how to work with my son, giving me the tools that I need to continue using at home, working at home with him. Every time that the speech therapist came to the house, she always left me a homework that I needed to continue doing at home. So I think that was I think that receiving that people in my home was the key for me to know what to do and for his success, because after they explained to me what I needed to do to him, I just started doing it. I mean, a parent's work is very important too, because only taking them to a therapist is not going to help much. We also need to continue working at home. So they told me that we normally should be reading 10 books a day to children, so they gain a lot of vocabulary. And I took that as homework, reading for him 10 books a day and sometimes more. And then when we continued with the process and he got his cochlear implants, when I saw that change in his hearing, I was like just reading all day to him, like reading books, talking to him, singing, and doing everything that I could to support him. And that's why I decided to start the support group in Spanish. And then we started getting together, we started supporting each other and speaking Spanish. That is the comfortable language that, the first language is the one that you feel more comfortable to speak with people. So, and it was, it is a lot of work, but at the end, it's when you see the results and when you see them being successful and all that, all is worth it. But when I saw that he was able to hear after his cochlear implant, I was like, this is my miracle. This is the miracle that I was expecting for. And That was, I still remember that moment, and I feel like I want to start crying and crying because that switch from he didn't react to any sounds, even loud, really loud sounds. He didn't react, and then when he was activated after having his cochlear implant, he reacted to my voice. That was like, I don't know even how to explain how I felt, but that was the miracle. I was like, oh, this is my miracle. And then after I saw that he was hearing all the sounds and all that, I just wanted to continue talking, helping, and taking him anywhere that he will be exposed to sounds. Yeah, right now he's in 9th grade. He's in that program, the technology and engineering program at school, and he's doing a lot of other stuff. He loves math, and he loves to be creating, building stuff, like doing research, and he's volunteering to help me with the support group too, and helping other kids that have hearing loss, and he's sharing his experience with me, with the families. When we get together, we both share our experience, and we see that is helping a lot of families too. And we also go to conferences. We went to the international conference, EDI conference, 2 years ago to share our experience and all that. Yeah. To see the families to have a relief when they hear our story, I think that's all that I want to see. I just want to be helpful to those families that, like me, are looking for hope, are looking for what the future will look like for their children.